What's up, guys? It's me, Crashy, here, bringing you some Infinite Crisis, but I'm actually just going to be talking and kind of updating you and explaining a few things. So I haven't posted a video in about a month, and we'll kind of talk about that as well. I'm just sitting on the menu of Infinite Crisis so you can kind of hear my voice and have just something to stare at, I guess, whatever. I need to talk about and address a few things, especially if you guys follow me and pay attention to anything I say, then you might not understand where I'm coming from, and I kind of want to try to get that out there. So, if you haven't read my Reddit post, I'm going to put the link down in the description below, and this particular post relates to the ESL LAN announcement in Burbank and Cologne, Germany. Burbank, California, Cologne, Germany. That's going to be happening at the end of the ESL weekly, season, or monthly finals, etc. And so this pertains to that, but it also brings in the start of the story. So let's talk about the start of my story. Basically, I hit a point in my life, me and my parentals, me and the people I associate with in my life for money have hit a point where I am no longer to have the things that I have without having a steady income. So I had to go out and get a job. And if you're curious what I do, I'm currently a waiter at Chili's right now. I just got my job about 2 weeks ago, and getting hired on, I wasn't able to get the days off and get the schedule that I wanted to feel comfortable trying to compete in ESL. Here's the thing. We were already behind in ESL whenever I started Legion. We weren't in a position where we were rushed. We didn't feel rushed because ultimately what's going to happen? We were going to fall behind. The first monthly was already out of reach. Like, there was no way we were going to make top eight in the first monthly. And ultimately we decided to take it slow, see what we were going to do with our roster, and then I had to get a job. So I got to the point where I wasn't comfortable asking my teammates to put in the time and effort to be on a successful team when I couldn't even do the same. So I dropped out of my roster, or I stepped down from my roster, and things started to shift, and ultimately the team kind of fell apart / we were going through a long transition period with our roster. Now, with that being said, we did not do so with urgency. We did not do so hastily. We just let things happen the way they happened, and we continued about our normal days trying to find out what we wanted to do with our roster, and me specifically trying to find out what my new life with this new job and the new schedule that I have in front of me is going to be like. So why is this relevant? This is relevant because I never really wanted to step away from IC. I've had my frustrations, and I've voiced them very openly now. Now I'm not going to defend this game any longer. I'm going to say what I feel, and I'm going to say it the way I want to say it, and you can choose to listen to me and take it for what it is, or you can choose to think I'm an asshole, think I'm toxic, and think I hurt the game. I really don't give a shit anymore. I've hit the point where I've invested over a year of my life on this game, and I think that this game is done. Now let me explain to you. This game has had multiple partnerships with esports organizations. It's had a community that's been begging for them to listen to them, and I just feel like we never get it. Like, they don't listen to us. And the best analogy I've given so far, which I posted on Twitter, I think either this morning or yesterday, was that they just keep pissing on us and calling it rain. They keep doing stupid ass decisions and thinking that saying in a forum post or saying in their Q&A stream, oh, we'll get it right next time, is enough to keep us going. Here's the thing. Half the pro teams in the game have not even been around the whole time. Some of the pro teams are on the better teams, like Team C and Brawl, haven't even been in the game the whole time. Cripsy hasn't even been in the game the whole time, for example. Not that that has anything to do with it. I'm just saying that this game had a clear-cut potential to be huge and to do things right, and they have messed up every single step of the way. I think the game is dying. I don't think that it's unrecoverable, but I'm not sure what this 2-month break is going to actually mean for IC. Now, there was two things I was looking forward to. One was the esports Q&A, which I'm going to get to in a minute, and two was the change in September. So if you're wondering, no guys, I'm not gone. I'm just taking a small hiatus to see what goes on with the game that I felt very passionate about and feel very disappointed with. So we get to the esports Q&A, and they announce that there is going to be a LAN in Burbank, California, and Cologne, Germany for the ESL finals in terms of overall point standings. This, at the time, sounded super exciting to me. While I was listening to it live on Twitch, I was very excited, and I started instantly asking questions about this. Oh, blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that. Comes to find out, what I thought was right, and it is the overall points from ESL. So you mean to tell me that you announce a LAN 2 days, I believe it was like 2 days ago, and this LAN doesn't, we didn't know about it. So that means any brand new team, you are now discouraging any brand new team, including myself, from returning, because we are now 500, 400, and like 300 points behind the top 3 and top 4 players, top 4 teams. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Why would you do that? Here's why you would do it. 1, shit went down, and you now realize that you can't put on a tournament at Gamescom booth, and you can't put on a PAX Prime booth, or a PAX Prime setup. So what do? You literally bullshit your way into making a LAN and piss on us and call it rain. You pissed on us and fucking called it rain. Why am I so upset about this? A, I've been waiting for an announcement to try to come back. B, this announcement single-handedly ruined the game for me because I can't come back and play for something that I would have to work too hard at, harder than the people who have currently been playing, to come back. Now, the argument I keep getting is, hey, we've been busting our ass too, but you did it in blind ignorance. You didn't know that there was going to be a LAN. Yeah, you knew there was going to be a finals. Yeah, you knew there was potentially money there, but I couldn't make that commitment knowing that I needed to start paying rent. I needed to buy groceries. I need to buy gas money. I need to pay for things my own self, which some of you do, and I respect that completely. Congratulations. I respect you for that. But now I have to do that. I'm living this part of my life. So don't tell me about the struggles that you and your amateur team or you and your pro team have gone through whenever I've been doing it over a year longer than you, or I've been doing it over a year. I understand the struggles. I wasn't in a position where it was acceptable for me to casually continue to play the game without any hopes for something bigger. They threw in something huge and expected us to be okay with the way that they did it, and I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with the fact that there is a huge advantage for teams like C, Brawl, Curse, all in the hundreds and hundreds of points overall, this entire ESL standing and running that we did not know was going to lead to a LAN. So tell me, say 5 Dota players decide they want to come and play and compete in this game because they heard there's a LAN coming up. You really think that it's fair that that brand new team should have to face the adversity of hundreds of points in the ESL standings to try to make it? Fuck that bullshit. Fuck that. I shouldn't have to do it. They shouldn't have to do it. Fucking people that are already at the top? Are you kidding me? I'm congratulating you for sticking to something that you had no idea if it was going to make it or not, and you still don't. So congratulations for sticking with the game, and I wish I could have. Honestly, I really, really wish I could have. If I never would have left, maybe Nine wouldn't have left my roster, maybe Azure Fire wouldn't have left my roster, maybe Asylum Kanata would have joined my roster. I didn't have the power to do that. I didn't have the resources and the money to keep playing this game when I really thought that there was nothing going to come out of it. I love LANs way more than I love online. I like LANs more than I like the money. So yes, this is a big deal for me. I would love to go to this LAN in Burbank, but guess what? Now we have to face hundreds of points of adversity that no one saw coming. No one. Not a single person. And if you say you did, congratulations on your beautiful insight into the world that is Infinite Crisis Esports. Because trust me, I don't see a fucking pattern. I don't see a trend. I just see random anarchy and bullshit. That's what I see. They make shit up along the way, and they call it an esport. They put in stupid patches, and they call it acceptable. They just do stupid shit. So this is me ranting now. Now I get the people that are saying, oh, you're ruining the game for others who want to be involved. No, I'm not. I didn't tell you to click on my Reddit post. I don't tell you to even give a shit. I don't tell you to follow me on Twitter, Big J, who apparently thinks he's entitled to talk shit to me for never being on a team ever. I don't ask you guys to pay attention to me. I merely produce the content and produce the post that I want to post because it's how I feel. If you don't like it, you can literally go fuck yourself. I actually do not care. That's just the way that it is. This is how I feel about it. I feel that there are multiple teams who have been playing in ESL who have an advantage now that there's a LAN. That is 100% fact. I'm not actually saying that as an opinion. They have an advantage. When you're putting on an esport, you're putting on the potential to go to LAN and the potential to make money. You don't put advantages in it. I'm sorry. You don't. It's wrong. It's not how you do it. And to be quite honest, it's fucking bullshit. Had I known, and this is the honest truth, had I known this might potentially lead to a LAN and not just an online finals, I probably would have gone in my job knowing that I needed Sundays off, knowing that I was going to have to try to bust my ass to trade shifts for Sundays, or bust my ass to get Monday night off, or bust my ass to get Friday night off, so that way I could be scrimming. Not having any promise, not having any insight into the future of the Infinite Crisis esport really fucked me. And it just so happened that I was in this place for money where I didn't have the leisure to keep playing like some of you guys do. And again, I'm really glad that you stuck with something that you love, because I wish I could have done that for myself. I couldn't. I really wish I could have, but I couldn't. So I'm frustrated. And yeah, I'm actually upset because they just don't have their shit together. I'm sorry. The game isn't where it needs to be. I'm hoping it gets there. The competitive scene is far from where it needs to be. And honestly, I don't even think 4th place is hard. So why wouldn't you make it to where the day you announce the tournament, that's when all the points start counting? So why not just hypothetically put us all at 0 and say, hey, this coming Sunday, everybody's gonna every point that you earn from here until day X, that's how much points you'll have to try to get to top 4. Why wouldn't you do that? Or why wouldn't you do a double elimination weekend qualifier and try to get in? There have been so many corner cuttings in IC. Cut this corner, cut that corner. One off the top of my head that I can think of, going out of the Infinite Crisis IC Winter Open, they had no idea that the winner of that tournament, they didn't know because they made it up. No one knew going into that tournament that the winner of that tournament would automatically have a seed and be seeded number 1 for PAX East. No one knew that. KGB or Complexity or my old team won the IC Winter Open and was instantly qualified for PAX East. After they won that event, they didn't know that. They literally made that up. We did a PAX qualifier, which, holy shit, don't even get me started on that. That tournament was a nightmare. And that's how we got the rest of our teams. There wasn't even supposed to be 5 teams at that event. There really wasn't. Like, I'm glad there was, because I got to meet all the people that I got to meet. But the history of Infinite Crisis as an esport is a literal joke. And I like I said, I'm just tired of seeing them shit all over us and piss all over us and call it rain. I'm tired of seeing them make stupid decisions and think that they're acceptable. And ultimately, like, I'm tired of seeing advantages and just blatant stupidity make its way into something that's supposed to be considered serious. Like, if I was trying to convince, like, friends of mine, say I picked 5 league friends of mine and I wanted to convince them to start a team because I really thought that they could go pro, why would they even play this game right now? They can't. They potentially can't even go to the next LAN unless they're getting consistently 1st or 2nd place. And let's be real, the brackets on ESL are more or less random. So the potential to go against Brawl or Curse or C in round 1 and earn 0 points while they continue to accrue points is still there. So yeah, it might be mathematically possible, but that's fucking retarded. Why would I even put myself through that? Anyways, guys, that's my rant. And I am upset, but I'm not, like, here's the thing, like, I don't really want to leave the scene. I just have nowhere else to go. This is what I was passionate about. I was unfortunately not able to continue to pursue it casually because, honestly, online tournaments and online money to me is slightly casual. And the main reason being is that it doesn't lead up to anything except for a finals for like $1,000, which is cool. That's good. That's, you know, that's great. But honestly, I could just go to work and make money. And Supreme has said this online on Twitter. I could go to work and make money if it was about money. I was doing this for a passion, for a chance to be something greater than myself, for a chance to meet the people that I love to play and compete against online. That's what the experience of an esport is to me. That's what it captures. That's what PAX East was for me. And I'm sorry, Turbine, if you watch this, if you get any wind of this, you're doing it wrong. And if you need some help, I would literally love to consult you on anything and everything you're doing. And I know there's more than just me of people out there that want to do this. This particularly hits me kind of personally because I've really lately been feeling like I've lost hold of a lot of my passions, and playing esports competitively and playing Infinite Crisis was a passion of mine, and I'm watching you ruin it for me, and I'm watching you ruin it for potential players. And that's the bigger picture, guys. It's not just about me. It's not that my problems are bigger than yours. It's not that I deserve to go to this LAN more than you. I don't. Most of you guys have actually been playing longer, but I still think that I could get a team together, whether I'm playing on it or not, and they would be better than you. And that's the hard truth. The hard truth is that if you do it this way, you might not potentially have the 4 best teams going there. You might just have the 3 best teams and then an extra team who slipped through the cracks because they already had a 200-point head start. Or I just think it's a silly way to go about it. I think if you want to do things seriously and be taken seriously, you need to do things without any hint of stupidity in it. So, again, that's my rant. This is how I feel. If you think I'm an asshole, I'm an asshole, whatever. If you think I'm being... I mean, if you... I don't know. It's honest truth, and half of it's fact. So, you can't just make up rules. You can't just make up lands and not have suitable ways of getting to them. It's stupid. And if you're trying to reward your teams that have been around the scene for the whole time, then all you're doing is screwing over teams that potentially want to start. So, your player base for your game is low, and you're not helping. So, that's my rant. Enjoy.